Hi, and thank you very much for joining me today. If you're a returning viewer, thank you very much for coming back and sticking with me. And if you're a new viewer, thank you very much for watching. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to see all my future content. Now, speaking of content, I do have a bit of a special announcement coming up. I will go into that more at the end of the video, so stick around and hey, let's get this show on the road. Okay, so as you can see, we're going to be reviewing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 2003. Now, I put this up on my Instagram last week as a poll, so make sure you click that down below. In the comments, you'll see it in there. Jump on, vote for your next movie that you want to see reviewed. Now, this is my copy. It's a DVD copy, 2-disc special edition. I've had this for some time. I've never really went through the special features, but there are quite a few on there with deleted scenes, commentary, alternate endings, things like that. I really should give it a watch, but I just never got around to it. Now this one, like I said, came out in 2003 and it is a remake of the 1974 Tobe Hooper classic. So there's not going to be a lot of spoilers in here if you've already seen it, but just in case, spoiler alert. Now this was directed by Marcus Nispel, stars Jessica Biel, Jonathan Tucker, Eric Balfour, Ali Ermey and Andrew Buriansky. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. And it is about a group of young adults on their way back to a Lynyrd Skynyrd concert in Dallas, Texas. On the way there, they pick up a young traumatized woman and they soon find themselves stalked and hunted by the deformed chainsaw-wielding maniac Leatherface and his equally crazed family. So all in all, there are some really good scenes in this movie. For one thing I did like was one of the characters, Andy, is exploring the kitchen of the house, the main house in the movie. And it really does set the scene. Like there's a creepy vibe about it. There's very, you see flies and there's like strings of meat. They open up the fridge. It's just very creepy stuff. That was really good. And the other scene I really did enjoy, which I thought was really well done, was when the hitchhiker that they pick up shoots herself and kills herself, obviously. The camera pans from the front of the van all the way to the back, but actually goes through the hole left in the hitchhiker's head. It's just a really well done scene, and you see the shock and terror on the faces of the actors, which was really good, but the scene itself is just shot visually really well. So I really did enjoy that. So those two scenes are probably my favorite from the whole film. Now there are some other ones, but overall those two are the best. The pros of the movie, it is a well-paced, really well-done movie in that it keeps the tension building for the most part. There are some parts where it kind of lets it down a bit, but overall the tension building is really good. It's just a well-directed film in that regards. The opening and closing scenes that are narrated by John Larroquette, who actually did the narration for the original Tobe Hooper classic, was really well done as well. That was a good nod to the original. And Leatherface's portrayal by Andrew Buriansky, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right once again, that he was a really good Leatherface. I really did enjoy his portrayal of the main antagonist. That being said, Ali Ermey's sheriff character was also phenomenal as well. Like he was just crazed, like really well done. I think the actors did a really good job. Overall, the characters themselves, I didn't really feel for them. That's one of the cons of the film. Like, I didn't really like the characters that much. So when they start dying off, you don't really care. That's just me though. I just didn't feel a connection to them. There was one death scene which I thought was really odd, and that's Andy's death scene. there's a very quasi-religious feel to it, which it kind of felt out of place to me. Didn't really sit well in the overall tone of the film, bringing a somewhat religious aspect to it. But look, it is a remake, so it's a very cookie cutter horror film, and it's from Michael Bay's Platinum Dunes, so you're not really expecting too much from it. So going to blow you away, but it is very cookie cutter, very formulaic. So if you go in with low expectations, you'll enjoy it. And it is very much that kind of film. It's not an Oscar winner by any stretch of the imagination, but it has some decent effects in it, decent gore. Overall the acting and quality of it is really high quality. But for me, it just didn't hit home with me. So that's my opinion of it. But as for a rating out of 10, look, I've got to give this a 5 out of 10. It's definitely not terrible, but it's definitely not great either. It's right in the middle. Very, like I said, very formulaic, they're not gonna go crazy with it like some of the remakes of the recent era, I guess. You've got things like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you've got Nightmare on Elm Street, you've got Friday the 13th, The Hills Have Eyes. The Hills Have Eyes is fantastic. It's a fantastic remake. The Friday the 13th one, also enjoyed that. Nightmare on Elm Street, like I said, gets a lot of crap, but it wasn't too bad. This one's just very blah. But there you have it. Now, like I said, I did have a bit of a special announcement. So myself and a bunch of YouTube content creators, we have been invited to join the Night Watch Zone for a very special video of theirs. So I'll put the link down below for the Night Watch Zone. Make sure you subscribe to them. Fantastic channel, fantastic content. Highly recommend it. They do some really fun stuff there. But also the teaser clip, check that out because it's going to be a blast. So there you have it. Look, thank you very much for watching today. Once again, check out my Instagram because I will put a poll up in the next few days to vote on what will be the next film I review. There usually is a theme for it, so keep an eye out for it, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.